Okay, this is Ringwalk Media in association with Willows Therapy, Steel Hub Management and Barclay Carter Racing. Got it this time. Listen, Savage Dan Stewart, good to see you. Big fight week.
Yeah, it's honestly for me this is one of the best cards in recent history. That's a free card, you know. For this to not be a pay-per-view event, we've got loads of competitive fights. Obviously, you expect Callum Simpson to win, and you expect Ben Whittaker to win. But other than that, every other card is a fight where it's just like, ooh, I don't know what quite happens there. Yeah, really good card.
We're going to ask you about a couple of the fights. First of all, Ben Whittaker, you mentioned the showman, the Olympian, but he's up against his hardest test so far, Leon Willings, Central Area champion. Not a lot of people know about him, but we've seen his career. This guy is a step up for Ben in the professional ranks.
Yeah, he is. And what it's what he needs, I guess. When you've got a star that Ben's got, people are just going to moan that he's not doing it up against world elite class fighters, and obviously you can't just get straight there. You have to take several step ups at a time. This is the next step up. I expect a very similar Ben Whittaker. I think he will be quite playful when as soon as he gets the chance to. I think people don't understand how difficult it is to do what he does. You know, and strip away all the stuff that people pay attention to, and underneath there is a super talented, fundamentally sound boxer who will just tear you apart. You're probably better off if he's doing a bit of the showboating. It buys you some minutes, because if he decides to just switch it on and just stop you, he probably can do that as well.
I think it's going to be an interesting fight because in the professional ranks he hasn't faced someone like Leon, and Leon's a steady, very good fighter. He's a Central Area champion, which I know isn't a British champion, but it's still of a good level. And I think Ben's going to have to be showing us a few more of his skills that we haven't seen so far.
Yeah, I've thought that every single time. It doesn't always plan out the way I think it's going to be. Look, eventually you're going to have to, maybe you get caught with a shot, you know. Eventually all your tricks don't always, look, as it stands, everything he's tried has worked. And who knows what it's like on Sunday, you know. Might he try something and the Central Area champion says, nope, not today, you're going to have to beat me the conventional way. Yeah, maybe that is the case, but the problem is Ben can do that as well. He is, every now and then boxing spits out just a special fighter. He is the one for me, you know. There are loads of other great fighters, but I'm saying the special ones, the ones that it's just like they can do things that no other person can dare get away with. He is that. He's like Hazard.
Give it a rest.
Oh, Hazard. We know what Hazard is. We've had the Hazard Salah debate.
He's gone and done.
He's always been Hazard. In his prime, it's Messi, Ronaldo, Hazard.
No way.
And then Ben Whittaker.
Right, we're changing this subject. But let's talk about a war that's going to happen early on. Stephen Drago Robinson and Alan the Savage Babbage. I mean, they're just going to meet in the middle, aren't they?
Yeah, it's a case of boys, just get fit and turn up. That fight is going to be violence. Just it's I can't see it going any further than 3 rounds. It's a fight where you just look at it, you're just like, what on earth is that? That fight is going to be violence. Probably won't see a jab for the whole fight. A lot of overhand rights and hooks, and may the best man win. I just think it's a great fight. That's the type of fight that you want to watch. If you're showing it to someone, a casual who says, look at this, it's got a meme written all over it.
Well, listen, main event, finally, Fabio Wardley and Fraser Clarke meet in the middle. I said to you off camera, I'm really pleased this has actually taken a little bit longer, because I think both boxers now are in the right place, and this is going to be one hell of a fight. Yeah,
I mean, look, the argument was that it would have been a bit soon for Fraser. I think that's the right call. It would have been a bit soon. Just not based on, look, Fraser hasn't done anything incredible since then. A win against Wack and Dave Allen, but it's banked him some rounds. And giving him some time to kind of develop into the pro that he is now. And now we have a fight that, when it was announced, I would say it was 70-30 in favour of Fabio. From what I was seeing and from what people are saying, it was like Fabio stoppage everywhere. And then as we get closer, and I'm not sure whether it's just people are seeing the demeanour of Fraser or whether they're realising, hold on, they don't give away bronze medals, and hold on, he was a very, very good amateur, and hold on, the top end of amateur is actually better than quite a lot of the pro game, if we're being totally honest. You know, as an amateur, you would have thought the best there is to box around the world. Experience is a weird one in this, because you'd say the experience is all with Fabio in the pro game, but realistically, is it? Does Fraser Clarke still maybe know too much? Can Fabio do anything that will upset Fraser? Who knows? It's a pick and fight. But I'm glad to see that it's evening out. And by the time we get to Sunday, I think, you know, when they put up a poll on Sky Sports or on Boxer, I think we'll be bang down the middle.
So who have you got? Come on.
Do you know what? I've known Fabio a long time. I like Fabio. I know Fraser. I like Fraser. I do have a prediction, but I can't give it. I give it to you. I can't give it to them.
Dub it over.
That's what I will say. This is what I think. Where I'll kind of sit on a fence, and I'll give my 2 pence on how I think this will play out. I think in all the kind of normal parts of the fight, where we're talking ring generalship and somebody just controlling how this fight is playing out, I give those moments completely to Fraser. I think he has too much know-how. He's a big boy. He's 18 stone, and I just think that he knows how to do that. When the fight explodes out into a firefight, which it does at some point, and we know it's going to, it's inevitable, I think that's the parts where Fabio comes into play. And it's just about whether Fraser can keep a lid on those moments and make sure that they don't stretch out for too long, and you can we condense them into 10 seconds of mayhem and then back on a jab. So yeah, I think if it gets too exciting, it plays into Fabio's hands, and if it's one of those dull fights, I expect a unanimous points decision for Fraser Clarke.
So you did give me a position.
It was a half. It was the double-ended one.
Give me one.
I gave my way out.
Well, listen, lots of people want to speak to you. As always, we appreciate your time. Fraser's just got in the ring to do his little workout today here at the Bronx, Marnie Swindle's place. It's been great down here, and thank you very much, mate.
Thank you for having me. See you tomorrow.